What is up, good people of the YouTube landscape? Welcome to the live. Today we're going to be talking about D&D Giants and a tier list. I'm here with my friend G-Drum. He'll be participating, and hopefully some more people come in along the way. If you'd like to participate in live streams, the link to the Discord will be in the description below. But without further ado, let's get it cracking. So, first up on the list, hold on, let me pull my notes out real quick. First up on the list, we have the Hill Giant. Now, the Hill Giants are the lowest rank in the ordning. Hill Giants are
We live?
brood. Yep, we're live.
Alright, sorry.
Do we get Hill Giants are brutish, gluttonous, and dim-witted, often living in rugged terrains like hills or plains. They stand around 16 feet tall and prioritize eating over everything else. So strengths, immense physical strength. They have a high strength, making their melee attacks like great club swings devastating. They have tough constitution, which is basically like durability. Like they can take a lot of
Yeah.
damage. They have rock throwing, like most giants. They can hurl rocks at as a ranged attack. And we're talking like
Makes
boulders,
sense.
like one shot any normal person. And then they have intimidating presence. Their size and raw power make them terrifying to smaller creatures. Weaknesses, low intelligence. So low intelligence and wisdom. Um, Hill giants are easily outsmarted, falling for simple tricks and traps. They have poor discipline. Their gluttony and lack of foresight make them prone to distraction or manipulation. They can be lured by food and stuff like that. They're very gluttonous. They
Uh,
rely on brute
are they dumb?
force. Yeah, they kind of are. Yeah, they have
Alright.
limited tactical ability. They rely on brute force, rarely using strategy or teamwork. And then they don't. They have no spell casting. They can't cast
Alright.
spells. So where would you place the hill giant on the tier list? If you can see the tier list. Oh shit! I should probably
Let me
post. I should probably post it in the Discord, huh? Hold on.
probably.
That way you can see it. I totally forgot to do that, but it's all
Yeah.
right. We'll just work through it.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, how good is their durability?
They have high endurance. They can endure significant damage. I mean,
Ah, that's not
they can
bad.
be killed. Like they're not indestructible. You know?
Wait, they're not immortal, they're just very durable.
Yes.
I guess uh a, I guess they're not, they're not too bad, so just let me get to like the things so I can like see what the tier list is so I can properly put them.
Yeah, we got.
Um
Let me know if there's like a huge stream delay too. By the way.
okay.
So this is the hill. So we got lackluster, passable, solid, great, and elite. How's my sound going? There we go. You can hear you. Can hear me. Nice.
No, yeah, I can hear you. You know, I can hear you on the stream and myself.
Okay. But yeah, where would you place them on the tier list?
Uh, I wouldn't say elites. Um,
what about like solid?
Possible.
What about like
Yeah,
solid?
solid.
I'd
Yeah,
say
solid.
solid. I mean, they're like physical powerhouse. They're just not that smart.
Yeah.
They're kind of like their reaction to threats is to just smash a boulder on its head. I mean, they'd make a great like bodyguard or like a protector, you know?
No, I agree. I
Very
think solid
gluttonous.
definitely works.
Yeah, we'll say solid. They are the lowest rank. Next up, we have the stone giant. Uh, Reclusive and artistic stone giants are rank above hill giants in the ordning. They dwell in caves or mountains standing around 18 feet tall and value craftsmanship, often carving stone or meditating in solitude. Uh, they have great physical prowess. They have formidable melee power, so they deal like a lot of damage. They have rock throwing again, so they can throw rocks between. They can do it within a 60 to a 240-foot range, which is crazy. But I mean, I guess they're
That is
giant.
pretty big.
They're giants, so you know.
Yeah.
They have stealth in stone, so they can camouflage in rocky terrain. They're really good at that. They have high perception and they have dark vision. So dark vision, they can see in the dark. They have dark vision
Okay.
up to 60 feet, which help them detect threat in dim or dark conditions.
Okay.
They're not particularly cunning, though smarter than hill giants. They're very isolationist. Their reclusive tendencies limit poor coordination with others. You know, they have
No, I
limited
get that.
magic. Stone giants have no innate spellcasting, relying on physical abilities. And then their stealth and camouflage are less effective outside of rocky environments. So, where would you place the stone giant?
Eh, uh, solid, just top tier solid.
Above the
They're
hill
not at,
giant?
yeah, definitely above the hill giant. It
I
just
would
sounds like a
agree.
better hill giant. They can see in the dark. They're a little bit smarter than the hill giant. So yeah, I would just say
I would agree. I
a better
mean,
hill giant.
in their in their environment in like a rocky terrain, they can like blend in easy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd say I'll say top of solid, like teetering on the edge of great. How about that?
No, yeah, I agree. That sounds good.
Alrighty, next up we have the frost giant. Fierce and militaristic, frost giants live in icy mountainous regions and rank above stone giants, standing around 21 feet tall. They are raiders who value strength and conquest. They high strength and durability. They have cold immunity, immune to cold damage, thriving in Arctic environments, and shrugging off cold-based spells. They have rock throwing again, on up to 60 to a 240 foot range. They
All right.
have proficient in survival and perception, with cold weather gear and 60 feet of dark vision. They excel in harsh climates. Low intelligence, so uh, makes them susceptible
Like,
to deception or complex strategies. They're vulnerable to fire. Fires are really bad for them.
all right.
They have aggressive tactics, so their focus on brute force and raiding can lead to reckless overexertion, especially against defensive or evasive foes, and then they don't have any spell casting. No spell casting.
Uh,
Where would you place them on the
do,
tier list?
do any of these giants spell cast?
Yes. As we get more down the line, yes, there is.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. Just these ones
All right then.
don't. Would you place them? I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're
I,
great
I would.
because they
Yeah.
can.
No. I mean, like
They're really good
we
at like.
already established that you already said that they're. It said that they're better than the ice giants. I mean, sorry,
Stone giants.
cave giants.
The
Yeah,
stone
the stone
giants.
giants.
They're so
Yeah,
they're basically like essentially berserkers, or not berserkers, but like
yeah.
um they're like soldiers
The only
basically.
weakness,
Like they can
yeah,
track, they can
just the
hunt, they can track enemies, they can hunt, they can, do all that stuff. I'd say they're definitely
yeah.
above, like they're above solid, I'd say. How does
Oh,
great sound?
definitely, I agree.
All
No,
right,
no, I
we'll
agree.
do
Great sounds like, well, great.
we'll do great. All right, next up we have the
No, I
fire.
agree.
Next up we have the fire giant. They're industrious and militaristic. Fire giants rank above frost giants and live in volcanic or fiery regions, often in fortified strongholds standing about 18 feet tall. They are master smiths and warriors.
All
They are
right.
they are powerful combatants. They're really devastating in combat. They're immune to fire. They have rock throwings, again 60 to 240 foot range. They're really good craftsmen, skilled in smithing, and they wield high quality weapons and armor. And their strongholds are heavily fortified. They have tactical discipline, so they're really strategic, at often leading organized raids. They have a vulnerability to
Right.
cold. While not mechanically vulnerable, cold-based attacks are narratively effective. So they're cold. It's not good for them. Like if you hit them with an ice blast, it's not going to be good for them. Their pride in craftsmanship and martial prowess can be exploited through flattery or challenges to their skill.
All
Uh, he-
right.
Heavy armor and reliance on fortified positions make them less effective in open and mobile combat. And then, like most giants, they lack spellcasting, relying on physical might and forged weapons. Now, where would you place the fire giant?
Say great.
Great? Top of
I
great?
mean,
Are they above or below the
yeah,
frost
top.
giant?
I'll say the top of ice giant. What about
Okay.
you?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely the smartest out of all three of these because they have fortified structures, they smith, they're really good warriors. So they have their own armor that they've made, they have their own swords that they've made. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it just sounds like top of great.
they're just very defensive, Very they're not
Yeah,
they rather, unlike the frost giant, where the frost giant is a hunter, a tracker, stuff like that, they're kind of more sit behind a fortified wall and wait for them to come to me. That's kind of
yeah.
their
Sounds like
mentality.
a more. It sounds. Yeah, sounds like a more tactically smart giant. Not saying they're
Definitely so.
intelligent, just saying they're just smarter than other giants.
All right, next up we have the cloud giant. Aristo- Aristocratic and cunning cloud giants rank near the top of ordning, living in floating castles or mountaintops, standing around 24 feet tall. They are manipulative and value wealth and beauty. They have versatile abilities, so they're powerful melee and they have rock throwing, again 60 to 240 foot range. This one has spell casting, so can cast detect magic, fog cloud, light, and feather fall at will, plus weather control and gaseous form, so they can turn into a cloud basically, and they're completely invulnerable,
Hold
or you can't hit them. They have keen
on.
senses, so proficiency in insight and perception with 60 feet of dark vision again makes them hard to deceive or ambush. They have So they can fly, often use flying castles or gaseous forms to maneuver, making them difficult to pin down. So they can fly around and shit.
Yeah.
Their obsession with wealth and status can be exploited through bribes, flattery, or theft, distracting them from combat. While tough, they're lower. They are lower than storm giants. So they're basically they have lower physical durability than like a storm giant would. But that can
Yeah.
be kind of
I,
countered with their gaseous form.
true. Uh, I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be right back. Apologies.
Alrighty, no worries. They're not really
I
combat
would
oriented, limiting. So they're
I say they're the smartest giant so far. Just I guess bottom of solid, maybe below solid.
mm, I don't know about that one. I mean, they have spell casting. They can do a lot of shit, right? Like they can outmaneuver all these other giants. They can outmaneuver them. They can fly around and stuff. They're very mobile. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This might be our first elite, honestly, because they make the other ones look pitiful. We'll say elite. We'll say elite. Um, hold on. All right, next up we have the Storm Giants. So the highest ranking giants in the ordning, Storm Giants are wise, reclusive, and powerful, standing around 26 feet tall. They live in remote locations like underwater layers, mountaintops, or
I'm back.
storm
Sorry.
or storm-racked coasts, often often acting as oracles. So these are the Storm Giants. These are the most
I
powerful of
get.
all the true giants.
No, I guess. Yeah. I think you put them in a good spot.
They have
So they're
they have the
the
highest
they're not
strength.
physically the most powerful, but they have the most powerful stuff.
The Cloud Giant, yeah.
Yeah.
We're on to the Storm Giant now. They have immense power. They're without a doubt they are the strongest out of all these. Even the Cloud Giant.
Oh,
Um,
so will that already kind of put them at great?
Probably top of elite. Probably. Um, Immune to lightning and thunder damage, thriving in stormy environments and shrugging off related spells. So they're very like yeah, they thrive in stormy environments. They're amphibious, can breathe underwater and swim, making them versatile in aquatic environments. They have innate spellcasting, so they have at-will spells like Detect Magic, Featherfall, and Levitate, plus Control Weather and Chain Lightning, giving them devastating magical options. And they can cast these at will too. So
Okay.
they have high mental stats, so they have high intelligence, high wisdom, high charisma, make them wise, charismatic, and resistant to mental manipulation. They have rock throwing again, 60 to 240 feet with high accuracy. Some of their weaknesses, they have reclusive nature, their isolationist tendencies mean they rarely seek allies, making them vulnerable to overwhelming numbers or coordinated attacks. They have um, they have moderate AC, so is decent but lower than fire giants, leaving them slightly more vulnerable to physical attacks. They have predictable morality, often lawful good. Their sense of honor and can be exploited by appealing to their principles or manipulating their sense of duty. Limit Powerful spells like Chain Lightning are limited to once per day, reducing their sustained magical threat, but they're still immensely physically powerful, so their magic is a bit limited. slightly
All
so.
right.
Where would you place the storm giants on the tier list?
I guess great or elite.
That's my sound. Can you guys hear me?
Hmm.
Got one viewer.
I guess
That
I
must be
guess
you, huh?
elite. Yeah.
Elite?
I mean, the only downside is they got small numbers, and their morality can make them predictive, but they are quite powerful.
They're like immensely physical. Like they're more powerful and they can output more damage than all these guys.
So it's just in a fight, if they're surrounded, would that power be enough to protect them?
Depends on what they're surrounded by. If they're surrounded by like, I don't know, man. If they're surrounded by like 20 fire giants, I don't feel like they'd be able to. They might be able to win. It depends.
Yeah,
We'll say top of elite just because
yeah.
they're the highest ranking of the storm giant of the
It's,
giants. I mean,
yeah, it's just their numbers is really the only thing biting them in the butt.
another thing too is they will often serve as like kings and whatnot of like the giant society. So like they'll be the king, they'll be the king. The cloud giant will be like, I don't know, maybe the hand of the king or like the advisor or whatever. This what the fire giant will be
Yeah.
like the general. The I don't know, the ice giant will be like the guy that goes out and looks for people, stuff like that, and then so on and so forth.
No, yeah, I agree.
All right, next up we have, or well, actually now we're getting into the subtypes of giants. So these are basically they're giants, but they're like a subtype. They're not like a true giant like these guys.
Yeah.
And we have the Etin, which is a two-headed giant. A two-headed giant, brutish with no rank in the ordning, standing about 13 feet tall. They're chaotic and often solitary or in small bands. Strength 2 heads, great advantage on perception checks and saving throws against being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, yada yada yada, stunned. Um,
Yeah.
weakness. So they have low intelligence and wisdom, make them easily fooled.
Ah.
No, they're kind of dumb, basically. No ranged attacks, so they can't throw rocks. There's no boulder throwing with them. They're two-headed.
Okay.
Their two heads often argue, causing indecision. So basically, they have two heads, right? And
Yeah.
either head has kind of like their own agenda, and those agendas often conflict. So there's like conflict within the same body.
I guess this sounds like it got way more downsides.
Well, yeah, it's a subtype. It's not as powerful as these
That's
six
true.
six guys. I feel like they're in the lower ranking. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just kind of dumb, and they're not really like,
Wrong.
eh, they're just
There's not
kind of
really
dumb.
anything that would make it worthwhile using them.
They're very kind of like, smash things with club, and that's about it. And then like, you know,
Yeah.
they might argue about like, what kind of food is better, chicken or beef.
Yeah.
We'll say passable. I mean, they're physically powerful.
Yeah.
They are giants. You know,
It's just not as powerful as they could be.
they can dual wield weapons. They have dual clubs. We'll say passable.
Yeah,
Passable,
that's
almost.
reasonable.
kind of teetering on the edge of solid, but not quite in that solid range, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Next up, we have the troll. Not part of the ordning, but considered giant kin. Trolls are regenerative, lanky creatures driven by hunger. They have regeneration, so they gain 10
Alright.
they gain 10 HP per round unless damaged by fire or acid. They have keen senses, smell-based perception, and multi-attack. So bite and claws. Vulnerability to fire and acid, low intelligence, and no ranged or magical ability. So no rock throwing, no casting lightning or anything like that. Trolls are often encountered in giant layers as guards or scavengers. Where would you place them on the list?
I get passable. Do you think passable works?
Yeah, I mean top of passable. I mean they do regenerate.
Yeah,
They
it's just
regenerate,
yeah,
stuff like that. This is kind of a
top of
short tier
passable.
list. This is kind of a short tier list. I just realized. This is such a parallel because the last one it was like almost 2 hours long. This one is like what we're only like 26 minutes in, and we've got after this one we got four archetypes left. This is gonna be a short one, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have ogres. Dim-witted giant kin standing 9 to 10 feet tall. So they're this is by far the shortest giant giant kin that we've done so far. Often serving as muscle for giants. Their strengths they have uh, high strength, but not like anything great. They have powerful melee. Weaknesses they have low intelligence, low wisdom. They can be easily tricked, and they have no magic or ranged attacks. Ogres are common minions for hill or frost giants, basically.
All right.
Mm, I mean,
Top of passable. The very on the teetering edge of solid or very bottom of
ogres,
solid.
ogres.
Yeah.
I feel like they're bottom of
Yeah.
sol or bottom of passable.
Eh,
They're not
Fair point.
really
Fair
like they.
point.
They're just basically minions for hill giants or frost giants. They're like the fighting
Fair point.
force. They're kind of just like they're just like basically minions. I'll say bottom of passable. I mean, they're still giants, but they're also like nine to
Yeah.
ten
Fair.
feet tall. Like they get stepped on by like an Etten. They get stepped on they get stepped on by any of these other like true giants.
That is a fair point.
Mm. Next up we have the Cyclops. One-eyed giants often tied to hill or stone giants standing around 20 feet tall. Pretty damn tall. They have strong melee and they
Yeah.
have rock throwing. So these are the subtypes of giants that have rock throwing. They have poor depth perception because they have one eye. And then they
Makes
have low
sense.
they have low intelligence and no magic.
Ah. So they're decently strong, but they're basically blind with
Well,
no
they're not blind.
intelligence.
Well, they're not blind. They just can't perceive depth. So they have disadvantage on ranged attacks basically beyond 30 feet. So anything beyond 30
Yeah.
feet, they have problems perceiving.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
Middle of passable, you think? Middle?
middle passable. So
Yeah.
like right here. Boom. Nice. two left. We haven't. Well, we've only been streaming for 30
Yeah,
minutes, not even an hour, bro. I didn't think this would be so
it's gonna be
short.
your shortest stream
This
yet.
my shortest stream, literally. Yeah. Um, we have the Death Giant. So rare necrotic giants who traded their souls for power, often in shadow or death-themed settings. So strengths, they have necrotic abilities. So necrotic damage is extremely powerful because what it does is it withers your body and it saps your life energy. So that's very
Damn,
powerful.
that is.
They have high strength and they have soul draining attacks, so they can drain your soul.
That's kind of cool, not gonna lie.
They have their weaknesses: reliance on necrotic powers countered by radiant damage. So radiant damage is basically divine holy energy. I mean, I don't know, man. I
That's
think
what you think,
necrotic
like bottom of elite, maybe?
bottom of elite. I'm not. I wouldn't be against it being bottom of elite, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, the- do any of the other giants here have like solar power or something like that that could counter them?
Divine, probably not.
Yeah, so
Radiant
they
power,
really,
nah.
yeah, radiant. They really, none of them really have,
Maybe if
you
they
know,
faced like a
the
if they faced like a giant cleric, then maybe, you know.
yeah. There's just
But I
very
feel
few of them
like
have actual magic powers.
maybe I don't know, bottom of elite, either bottom of elite or top of great.
Yeah. Uh, I I say bottom of elite. You know, is at the very top, but it's above everything else.
It's like number three. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't
next
think
up.
that's a bad placement.
Next up, we have the Eldritch Giant, arcane focused giants with ties to otherworldly powers. So they have powerful spell casting and physical might, high intelligence.
All right.
Um, they can be potentially overconfident in magical prowess. These are the strongest in terms of spell casting when it comes to giants. Like even like the Cloud Giant and the Storm Giant. And so if they have good spell casting,
So I guess would that kind of make the Eldritch Giant top of elite, considering it's far more powerful with magic than all the others? You there, War?
yeah.
All right.
Hold on, say it again.
I said. So put the Eldritch. So should we put the Eldritch Giant the top of elite? Because it's far more powerful than all the others, at least with magic, and
Maybe
far
because I
more
mean,
intelligent.
possibly because they have all good spell casting. They could cast pretty much anything a wizard could cast within the setting. You know,
Yeah.
we'll say yeah, yeah, just for shits and giggles, above the Death Giant. Actually, above the Cloud Giant, just for shits and giggles.
Right.
Alrighty, and that concludes the tier list.
Then.
Thank you to everybody that views this. Um, I'm gonna go over the different ones that I'm gonna be doing too.
All right. Uh,
So we
I'm
have,
gonna hit off.
alrighty, have a good one.
See ya.
See ya. Yeah, so we got oh yeah, Giants tier list that's already done. Let's get rid of that. So next up, next week actually, September 13th, we have the Doomguard tier list. So Doomguard by Pinnacle Entertainment Group is an ambitious, action-packed, cooperative board game, an RPG setting that blends superhero drama with cosmic horror. So it's basically like superheroes versus Cthulhu, you know? And then we have Starfinder classes. So Starfinder is a thrilling science fantasy role-playing game from Paizo. Hold on. But yeah, we have Starfinder. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, Starfinder is a thrilling science fantasy role-playing game from Paizo that blends futuristic tech with RPG elements. If you love space operas, alien worlds, and high-stakes adventure, this universe is your playground. Then we have 50 Fathoms. 50 Fathoms is a swashbuckling, sea-drenched campaign setting for the Savage World role-playing system, a role-playing game published by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. There's a lot of Pinnacle Entertainment groups in this one. It's one of the most beloved plot point settings in the Savage Worlds universe, blending high seas with adventure and dark fantasy. Then we have the Loyal Space Marine Chapter tier list from Warhammer 40k. Now, this one I'm looking forward to. Um, yeah, Space Marines are genetically enhanced elite warriors of the Imperium, descending from the original Legiones Astartes, created by the Emperor of Mankind. Um, then we have Vampire the Masquerade clans tier list. So, Vampire the Masquerade is a rich, brooding universe that blends gothic horror, political intrigue, and personal torment into one of the most iconic tabletop RPGs. Then we have Werewolf the Apocalypse Tribes tier list. This is another one I'm looking forward to. Uh, Werewolf the Apocalypse is a gritty supernatural role-playing game set in the World of Darkness universe, a place where corruption, spiritual decay, and ecological collapse threaten the very soul of the planet. You play as a Guru, a werewolf warrior born to fight against the cosmic forces known as the Worm, which seeks to destroy Gaia. Then we have Dead by Daylight attractiveness tier list, so tier list about Dead by Daylight killers based on how attractive they are and how much they get attention from the opposite sex. We have Rifts. This is another one I'm looking forward to. Rifts is a wild, genre-blending tabletop role-playing game created by Kevin Siembieda and published by Palladium Books. It's famous for its everything in the kitchen sink approach. Then we have media that should become MMOs tier list. This is a tier list of different media that should become MMO games. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, a lot to see. It's been good. I appreciate your viewership. Yeah, you folks have a good one.